Hello everybody, hello again. Welcome into the Purple Penguin Craft Room. I'm Vicky. Today's craft is going to be a lucky craft, right? A lucky horseshoe. So I just show you how I take the Dollar Tree horseshoe and I make it lucky instead of welcome, because it did say welcome before. So we're going to jump right in. I'm going to show you how it's done. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, do all the things. It helps me out. And let's get started. We're going to start with this lucky horseshoe. It does say welcome. We're going to actually have ours say lucky. I do like the fact that they have the white with the kind of the silver. We're going to try and keep some of that. First thing first, I'm going to just take, this is just a little bitty screwdriver. And we're going to try and see, it's just got these little staples. And I'm going to see if we can get this off this screwdriver. Hopefully. And pliers. Well, we got it undone that way, but still that okay, so I got that off. That's that should be fine. Now we gotta get this one. So we got this part off. We got the staples out. Those were a little bit of a pain. I do like the fact that this is white. However, obviously it's not completely white. The Dollar Tree doesn't always do the back of their items either. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to paint the whole thing in an off-white color. Yes, I got the stickers off. Sometimes the best trick to getting the stickers off, you guys, is to use a heat tool or blow dryer. That will help to get that off. So let's go ahead and paint that. Like I said, in the off-white, we're going to use the light buttermilk. Is what I usually use for my white. And we're actually going to paint the shamrock in a green, so it's okay. And I'm hoping that the paint will fill in these little holes with the staple, so that we don't have to try and fill those in. Now that we've finished painting our off-white, I painted the back and the sides as well. I'm going to paint this little shamrock piece here. And I do have this other wood shamrock. It was from a wood pack. It was actually from Hobby Lobby. So you can tell it was, and there was 3 different sizes. So we're using the smallest, I believe that's, yeah, the smallest one. And this is going to fit right in here. However, if you look at it, it's still going to be a little small. So I want to go ahead, we're going to double green this up. So we're going to do the outside in like a darker green. We're going to use this darker green. It's a classic green. And then we're going to use more of a lime kind of green. This is lime, actually it is called lime green. And that's the part we're going to paint the actual wood piece. So we're going to put this here. I kind of want to mark where it's going to be, just so that I only want to do this just because I want to know where I should put the dark green, because I don't want to go too far out of the way with the dark green. So this part I really need. I don't really need the rest of this. So put that over there. So we're going to get dark green. Again, it's from Classic Green. It's really kind of a nice green, actually. I kind of like it. Probably gonna have to do 2 coats, just because I do want it to be more of a solid color, unless I put it on really heavy. If you put it on really heavy, it should be okay. You don't necessarily have to paint the entire thing because, like I said, we're going to put that wood piece over it. So if you want to just do the outsides, it will totally be okay. Like that. I'm gonna go ahead because I'm gonna kind of finish off my project a little bit here. We're just gonna paint this inside, the outsides of this. I'm not gonna paint like the whole back, but I do want to paint the sides. Okay, well this has time to dry. We're gonna set that off to the side real quick. And we're just going to bring back in our shamrock right here. And this one, like I said, is going to go on top. Let's see, covered enough places here. And it looks like I did. Perfect. So now we need to paint this one in the in the lime green color, because I want it to kind of pop a little bit here. Paint is starting to dry out a little bit here. A little bit thicker than it should be. Thick. It just means it's only going to need 1 coat though, because it is thick. It's almost like a paste. Okay, so that's painted, and it fits right on top of our darker green, and that looks great with the darker green behind the lighter green. I love how that looks. Let's go ahead though, why not? We're going to take some sandpaper. This is 120, just kind of sand it down a little. Just kind of get it a little worn out. A little bit here. Right. So just kind of get it a little worn, and we will put it right there. We're going to use our tacky glue. Put it down. Tacky glue does not dry instantly, but it will set up in about an hour. But it shouldn't be forced to like move around or anything. It should be fine just like that. Now, I wanted to say lucky down here. I've got these in my shop. They are acrylic pieces, obviously L-U-C-K-Y, lucky. And we're going to take some painter's tape. We're just going to place it like so. as long as it kind of holds, that's the point. Needs to just kind of hold there. We're just going to bring in our basic acrylic paint and paint it in the black. I almost thought about should paint it in the dark green, but kind of changed my mind. So Lucky is all painted and somewhat dry. We're going to pull these all off. And then we're just going to kind of give them a light sanding a little bit. That's too much on that one. I have to go back and repaint that a little bit. It's okay. That's what paint is for. It can be repainted if you need to. Okay, we'll do that later. Next thing, I want to bring this back in. This horseshoe is pretty sturdy on its own. It looks really good like that, honestly. If you remember, they had these metal pieces here, and I was thinking about trying to recreate that. I've got this metal wire. It's a metal ribbon. From no, this one is from Hobby Lobby. It's from Hobby Lobby. It is in the ribbon section. Usually they have it. Sometimes they run out. I recommend if you get this, leave the zip ties on it. It helps hold it together. Trust me, it makes a difference. I just have some tin snips here, and we're gonna kind of. This is obviously it's too big. It's too thick for what I want, because I do want it to go here, but that's too much. So we're going to actually take our piece here and I'm going to cut it in half. Be careful when you're working with metal, just because of the sharp edges, you never know. But I like that. That looks good to me. Oh, that's the back. I like how that looks. I'm going to take off just a little bit more though. It's a little bit too long. There we go. I like how that looks. And I want to try and do little pieces of this throughout our little horseshoe. I'll just go ahead. I'm going to put Lucky back on it. I'm going to put Lucky down here. I guess I need to cut that black a little bit here. I thought I was going to just do it later, but... Okay, there. Think of that. So Lucky, and you, Cincy. Yep. To be like that. I like how that looks. And now we're just going to try and take our metal pieces and try and put them around. I think if we just do little sections, again, I'm going to cut them all in half because the one piece is just too long. It's too much. I would like it to be able to be like the ribbon and like kind of be able to curl it around, but it's metal. That's not going to work. I didn't quite get this in half, so let's take... When you're working with metal, it's kind of unpredictable here. Just a little too thick. then I feel like I don't want to cover up my shamrock here. Maybe, I don't know if I can cut just like a little section out of it here. We're improvising. Gotta improvise a little bit here. Again, be careful, you don't cut yourself here. Yeah, I took a little chunk out of it. I kind of like that. So that I really like. That looks good. So we're going to put those down. Everything we got to put down now. This out of the way. We're going to use E6000 because of being metal. E6000 is going to work so much better. Is this one even open? It's not even open. Okay, hold on. This is what we're going to use. The E6000. Oh, I have a big one. So that's what this is, even though you can't see. But I always like to have a towel nearby to kind of wipe it off when it's done, because it will leak all over the place if you let it. A little bit does go a long way. This will take a little bit of time to set up, so once you put it down, let it set up for a little while before you move it around. It is not an instant setup kind of thing. But the E6000 will do well with the metal. I have not had any problems with it doing metal. For the just makes it easier to get the cap back on. Now for these guys, they are resin. You could use the E6000 for these too. I like using gel super glue. This is gel super glue. It's not, so it is super glue, but it is gel version instead of regular version, because gel just stays where you put it a lot better. And I got this at the Dollar Tree, actually. You can get super glue anywhere, though. But I'd highly recommend the gel version. And a little bit goes a long way. Just so you know. Right, that looks fabulous. One last thing I think I want to do. I have some thin jute here. I'm just going to make a... I usually don't make super crazy bows. I like little simple bows. Nothing too crazy. Sometimes this thinner jute just looks a little bit better. And I'm just going to plop that right there. I'll just put it on with tacky glue. Just as this little finishing touch there. So we just kind of took something that was really basic, kind of just dressed it up a little bit and said lucky instead of welcome. And I really like how that looks. So definitely keep on coming back to see more crafts at the Purple Penguin Craft Room, and happy crafting.